okay? That's fine. I'm up in Montville. Obviously, I move around because after a while, these stalkers start crowding you in. So I keep on keeping on. So in Montville, I have my tires slashed on my truck. And nothing there. So, and then like what? 3 weeks ago, I'm driving down 395 in this minivan, either tossed something, whatever it was, it had 8 points of impact all over my windshield, and then one big impact on the windshield. And so that's another attack at the truck and at my life, for that matter. A week later, I'm going down the highway. I'm behind a white van with Massachusetts plates. And what are they doing? They're throwing these metal objects out the window. But they were bouncing off to the side. So the point I'm getting at is you cannot back down to evil. And I don't care where it is in this world. I don't care how big they are. You cannot back down, and you have to stand up for your rights. And as Americans, we're losing that strength and power. And like I said, I have a video with Rand Paul, and this man, that's all he talks about is our rights, our freedoms. He talks about the NSA with his phones and all that. I knew about the phones way back before Snowden ever. That was old news. Snowden was holding on to bigger and better things that he hasn't told yet. I can guarantee you that, because we already knew about the phones, being able to listen to you, being able to watch you, laptops. That's why you put a piece of tape over your camera, anything with a camera. And all these electrical devices, entertainment devices, you don't know what their capabilities are in your house. So again, I have always suggested your bedroom should be your quiet place. Have nothing in there. Nothing. No internet, no TV, no nothing. Get rid of everything out of your bedroom. Phones, get everything out of your bedroom. And at least maybe you won't ever have to wonder, are you being watched? And I don't buy this, if you're not doing nothing wrong, why do you care? I wasn't doing nothing wrong. And it continued on, and it went on and on and on, and it almost ended my life. So I don't buy that argument that if you have nothing to hide, what do you care? For those people that think that, you know, put a camera in your bathroom and then hook it to the internet, and then let the whole world see you in the bathroom. Then I mean that's what this comes down to, and. You know, I have to actually go. I go to New Hampshire once a year, just once a year. I go do my taxes. I like my accountant. He's actually a liberal. He's a big-time Democrat, so I like to hear his yearly thoughts on what's going on in the world. I don't necessarily share my political thoughts, but I like to hear his. And then I go visit a good friend of mine, a chief of police up there, a few towns over, and then I get out of town. I tried staying there, not last year, the year before, overnight, and they were just spinning tires, peeling out, revving engines all night long at the motel, right in front of the motel I was staying at. And I had to put on these headphones and turn on some static, some white noise, just to fall asleep. So I'm accustomed to doing a 4-hour drive up, take care of business, turn around, 4-hour drive back. It is worth the drive. I do have a few other friends I visit, and I see them once a year. So to me, it's worth doing. So. Last year, when I was driving back, leaving town, I had 2 pickup trucks swerve right at me over the yellow line. I had them on my dash cam. I had a New Hampshire state cop drive towards me also, and had that on the dash cam, and then the dash cam fried before I could get that all off the dash cam. I've been through 2 of them now. I'm on my 3rd and 4th ones, and rest assured, when I travel up there, I will have both as many cameras with me, just for that evidence that somebody tries to run me off the road. I've had many attempts on the highway up there, people setting up accidents, trying to set me into this accident, and I've outmaneuvered every single attempt. I was a little shaken at the time, but I outmaneuvered them. Just, a week and a half ago, I'm coming down Route 32, there's a taxi turning left, got his signal on, almost at a stop, so I'm just going to kind of cruise right by on the right. Out of nowhere, the taxi floors it, cuts the wheel, cuts me off, and I had to skid, slam on the brakes, cut the wheel, and now I think it screwed up the front end on my truck. So now I got to get that fixed. So it's a constant. You can't let your guard down, or I should say, I can't let my guard down. But someday I will get justice, and I think this documentary, if it is what they say it's going to be, I think the documentary will prove a lot of things, and will open the eyes of a lot of people of what really is going on in this world. And they'll be surprised if some of these attacks are actually politically involved, because you have George Soros. Now, George Soros, at the same time, just at the same time, was up in New Hampshire at Bretton Woods Motel with international bankers. This was in 2008. So all these limousines were showing up, driving around everywhere I'm going. There's like these limousines, and I had confirmation from my pastor at the church that Soros was definitely one of the people being driven around. So if you really want to get creepy, to think that a person of George Soros was also involved with GE, now you're talking how much bigger, more powerful, more evil, more wealthy can they get than a George Soros or GE's Jeffrey Immelt? And these people are controlling this guy, Obama. So how can I ever get justice from the Eric Holder or anything? I can't get justice. It's a political block, a political wall put up. And Soros is a very creepy man. And I have a thing here while I'm talking about Soros, that a very smart man that studies this shared this with me Sunday at a meeting, yesterday at a meeting, and I want to show this to you. And this is really bizarre. A lot of you people might already know because we've talked about this, but we'll see if it'll show up on camera 3. All right here, what you're looking at, it says Obama's network. You can see that, and over here is George Soros. All right, and then right here is the United Nations, and then UN-friendly nations. So Soros controls Obama. The United Nations controls Obama. All right, and then it goes down into the organized labor, Socialist Party, Communist Party USA, and then on and on. But this is where the top of Obama's network starts, with Soros. And then you have the Muslim Brotherhood. That's a whole nother topic we can talk about in the future. Thanks, Joe. And but as a tile man, as a one-man individual that works week to week, and just like most of you probably, thankful you make enough to pay the bills, you can eat your food and so forth. To think that this creep, this George Soros, was also involved with that, it explains why the law enforcement didn't do anything, because these heavy hitters obviously would probably have lawyers that would sue the law enforcement for tremendous amounts of money. And there's something wrong with society when law enforcement can be ran by such people like this. And I've had a few suspicions down here also. For the most part, I trust the majority of the police down here. I believe they have more integrity. I believe that they live more moral lives. That the Good Old Boys Club doesn't necessarily take place down here like it does in New Hampshire. But I still have my suspicions at times when I'm driving the truck. When I start to see a lot of police presence, many different places that I'm traveling with that truck. But I'm not the criminal. The people who did something with the truck are the criminals, not me. But this is what's wrong with the world. We're backwards. So the criminals get off the hook, and the people who are the victims, they're turned into criminals, or in the eyes of law enforcement sometimes, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a true believer that this country is not at its end. I know we feel like we're at a tipping point, but I truly feel this country, we still have a chance, and we're running out of time. Maybe another 2 to 5 years, if we don't change, we don't vote new people in, get these jerks, these people out, and let other people try to change things for the positive. Otherwise, if we don't, we're going to see a very strange world, and many of you may know this term, a new world, or the New World Order. We have shown videos with George Soros on this show talking about how, with China being involved with the New World Order, America stands in the way of the New World Order. And I truly believe that this is what's taken place in the world. Now, if you keep the George Soros in mind, you go a step further, this thing going on in Ukraine with Russia, the protesters that started this thing, that our own Senator Murphy and John McCain, they go over there, rebel rouse, get them all riled up. Soros's nonprofit organization, the Open Society Foundation, they are funding these people who are protesting, who started all that protesting over there in Ukraine. So, and if you want to hear more on that, you can always check out Michael Savage, and he's on 94.9 on Lee Elsey's radio station, and/or you can check him out on the internet also, the SavageNation, I think, .com, or you can go to our website that I just keep forgetting about, which is very numb of me, but our website is the wheeloffreedomshow.com. And if you go to the wheeloffreedomshow.com, you'll see different links to Michael Savage, Laura Ingraham, Glenn Beck. There's a page on faith, which is very important. Wally has a whole section, Wally's letters. There's got to be maybe in that section.